Video log number 3. Time is 9:19 p.m. Location mom's house. Day. Oh my god. I've gotta check this because I had a 2.5 weeks break from the vlogs, not from the progress, of course. What? Day 31st. So, it's been over 4 weeks, and I think we just got another huge milestone, and I'm gonna say about that in a minute. Firstly, I've gotta announce that I've completed my first goal. And what goals did I set even? I set myself 7 levels, milestones, phases that I have to complete, and that each has its unique, I would say, goal, purpose, and of course its own condition. So I have no idea if the camera will even see it, but I have like here each level in Navi, because why not? Main conditions are to get to a certain number of dreams. The first one was called Tautute. Tautute. Why do I do an English accent or a Navi word? It doesn't require anything. It's the starting point. It basically means human or the sky person in Navi, and this is where I started. Today, I'm at 54 dreams that I recalled, that I actually written, and that I have recorded on my dream journal. In those 54 dreams, I've gotten to 3 actually good to remember 3 lucid dreams, like an actual lucid dreams. And I've got it to my second milestone level, that's called Meka. Tsngal. In English, it would be an empty container, empty cup, empty pot. It's a reference to a Navi saying that you cannot fill a filled cup, which basically means you cannot learn unless you're not actually willing to learn, to understand that you don't have all the knowledge. And this is a certain mindset that I have gotten to, and I'm still going through it, because it basically means that when I started this, I thought that I knew pretty much about lucid dreaming, about dreaming, and about all of the techniques, and I was pretty advanced in the theory, and it was just the practice that I needed. And I've got myself Steven Sleber's book, Exploring the World of Lucid Dreaming. This is basically the most important book, I believe, about lucid dreaming. And yeah, I'm in a half of reading this. I've read all about the induction methods, about basically the most important stuff. A lot of psychology also is in that book. And that's when I started to realize that there is a lot that I don't know, and that's why I'm a Meka Tsngal. And this checkpoint requires me to have 60 dreams. It requires me to have 60 additional dreams, so in total I would need 90 dreams to go above the next step. And also I have another requirement. So like this one, I had some daily things that I should do, and also a progress bar of my dream recall. And it isn't full at this point, because I think that to master dream recall I would need to go like a few years, or at least a year of progressive writing down dreams, because then I think I can actually remember all of the dreams. Right now I remember 1 to 3 dreams every night. Once a week I don't remember anything. It was this week I had last week I had 2 days when I didn't remember anything. But the third day after that, I remembered three dreams and I got back to it. Basically, it's easy to lose track of my progress in dream recall, but it's easy to get back onto it. And I think that's gonna be it. It's gonna be a long road to master the dream recall. But and in this stage, when I have already pretty regular dream recall, and I'm pretty confident that tomorrow I'm gonna write something, and it's not just luck at this point. It's an actual effort, and I know what to do before falling asleep, and immediately after waking up to remember those dreams. It's not just pure luck when I wake up and do I remember it or do I don't remember it, but it's actually at this point I know how to remember it actively. Like it's an action. Remembering at this point isn't just a thing that I do or do not. It's an actual action that I have to take when I fall asleep and when I wake up. Also, I know I've read about it that people wake up during the night lightly and immediately after they fall back asleep. And as I started to practice my falling asleep, my dream recall, I started to remember and getting more lucid during those periods in night when I randomly wake up after a REM phase. And if I remember a dream, I've gotta finish it. I've gotta write it down as soon as possible because I can use it to have better dreams. And I think right now is the best moment to immediately tell about my new lucid dreams. I've already said about my first one, which wasn't pretty interesting, but the next two are actually showing me that I am making progress. So this all makes sense, at least for now. Yeah, yeah. I've had a short dream in which I was with my friend, and she didn't have any makeup, and that's how I noticed it's a dream. But maybe it wasn't just the thing, because in dreams there are crazy things that happen all the time to me as well, fantastic things. But it wasn't just that. It was more of a my thought. Why is she? It's the awareness moment in which I started to think about my reality, and it was that. And then I started to think, and I realized I'm not on Earth. I'm on Mars. There is so much weird stuff going on. This elevator isn't working like it's supposed to. She is not where she's supposed to be. I'm not where I'm supposed to be. It has to be a dream, and it was. And I woke up. But this was an actual moment of awareness which triggers a lucid dream, and I'm right now at the point where I'm learning to induce lucid dreams, and later I will have to stabilize them and control them. But to go to that, I have to firstly induce them to just get those very short lucid dreams. My other one was much more interesting, and I think it was a kind of a wild dream. Wild means wake induced lucid dream. It is a dream where you fall asleep consciously and go through a phase of falling asleep consciously, and it's basically a dream when you have a more control. It's a bit more quality usually, and it starts with your awareness being conscious, while dialed dream induced lucid dreams start with a normal dream in which you realize that you're dreaming. And this dream started when I woke up from an earlier dream, and I wasn't moving in my bed at all. I had my eyes closed, and I felt that I can actually fall back asleep. And I thought about that I have to try to do this, because if I do, it's gonna be so worth it, and it was. And I fell back asleep, and I imagined myself being in my home city, in a like a far part when I usually wouldn't go for no reason, and that there is a big shopping mall, shopping center with a big parking lot. In reality, it's just a normal place. There is nothing like that in it. But in my imagination, it started to create this space, and it was still not in a dream, but more of in a dream void, in which I started to imagine it, and it was like a half imagining and half imagining itself. So I started to imagine it, and it started to unfold in my eyes, and I thought it's gonna be a very clean transition, and instead it was just a moment in which I became, in which I'm actually were there. It wasn't just in my imagination, it wasn't just in my mind, I actually were there. I started to imagine like touching everything and walls and seeing it, and already it started to feel like a dream in my head, but it started randomly, and it was amazing. I have to say that the reality quality moment and my awareness quality moment was much more, I would say, not interesting. It's not the right word. I would say that it was I felt like if my mind and eyes have opened more than in the reality itself. I felt like if in the reality I was I don't know. Basically, it felt more real than the reality itself, and I know it's a very subjective thing to say, but actually that's how it felt to me. And I was in a hotel's very narrow space. Like I had to go around it, and there was a bathroom, and I walked to the bathroom, and there was a big mirror. Usually, mirrors either don't work in dreams or work in a weird way, but this mirror worked perfectly for me. I saw my clear reflection of myself. There was a very bright, warm light in the side. I could even say it felt kind of cinematic because of the light. And I touched the mirror. And instead of touching like a cold surface of a mirror, I felt like I actually touched my reflection, and it was warm. It was soft, and it was more like I actually touched a clone of myself, and it was such a surreal experience. My fingers felt very soft, very warm, and the mirror felt it as well. And it lasted for about 15 to 20 seconds, and I thought, oh my god, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Because there is a lot of things that I wanted to try, and I didn't set myself a clear order in which to do them. And it started to fade out. Firstly came my vision, or I looked down at my hands. I wanted to rub them to stabilize the dream, but but as soon as I looked down, the vision wasn't there. And yesterday, because I'm already reading this book, I learned that senses, when the dreams fades, are going out in an order. Vision goes first, but when the vision goes out, the dream usually doesn't end immediately. For me, it did because I didn't do anything about it. But sound, touch, smell, taste, things like that, mostly touch, stays. And even if my vision fades, I could still try to feel my hands or spin. Even though I can't see it, I can apparently feel it, and that's how I can fix it. I learned about it just recently, that the vision doesn't mean the dream ended, and I have to try it in my next lucid dream, and I have to try it definitely, because that's the main reason why my lucid dreams ended so quickly, because I didn't know how to stabilize a dream when I have no vision. Now I kind of know it. So this single lucid dream, I would say it was much more. It wasn't as emotional as it was meaningful in case of the quality itself, because the quality of the dream was the thing that was most interesting for me in this dream, and the idea. There it goes. The idea of a dream similar quality, well stabilized, well induced, on a Pandora that is better in any sense of awareness than real life. It's just, I could say right now that the idea that this dream happened means that there is that the progress that I have to go through, but the main goal can be much better than I thought it is, because I didn't think that it would be better than real life. Not in just that it's Pandora and it's very good, but in case that it's actually subjectively more, how do I even say it, more in much better quality of awareness and senses than real life, because in real life we are limited by physical layer sensations, so we can only see through our eyes, we can only hear through our ears, we can only sense through our skin, through our fingers, through our hands. But in a dream everything happens inside our mind, which is not limited. That's why subjectively it can be a better quality than real life, I think. And I don't want to make any more breaks like that from making those vlogs, because they actually keep helping me make progress. And today's vlog will be probably quite long because of the huge break that I had. But I've gotta say that Dream Recall I would keep doing, but not as a main goal. I'm just gonna keep doing the journaling, and I'm not gonna focus on making much better progress in Dream Recall itself, because 3 dreams every night, I think it's a long way till I master it even better, because 5 dreams a night would be pretty much 100% of best dream recall. I could remember longer dreams. Eventually, I could remember more details in a dream. But at the point when I actually can remember if I had a lucid dream and I can analyze my dreams for dream signs, I think it's enough for now. The thing I have for now is reality awareness. So I have to do reality checks during the day. I have to prepare myself for training the prospective memory, and I have to keep myself aware of things that may happen, especially things like dream signs. In my 54 dreams, I have some dream signs, but I think that if I have twice as much, so like like a 90, like a 100, it would be so much more dreams to analyze that I will have much clearer dream signs to note, and it will help me induce dreams. So I'm right now at 54 dreams. The next step starts at 90, which is then prospective memory, so mild, and it will have to directly speed up my lucid dream induction. It will have to boost my. Right now, I had 3 lucid dreams in 54, which means like 1 lucid dream per 20 non-lucid ones, and I had 1 per last 2 weeks, 2 per last 2 weeks, so 1 per last week. So I don't think I have lucid dreams regularly right now, but I think at least 1 or 2 will occur until the next step. And in the next step, I will have to try to do lucid dreams regularly. And funny enough, in my progress prediction chart, I thought that I will have my lucid dream in my first 180 dreams. We are at 50, I have 3. So statistically, till I will go to 180, I will have above 10, 15 lucid dreams. And it just means that even though I prepared myself for very hard and painful way, it starts to become easier as long as I don't lose my maybe not motivation, because motivation is as soon as I lose my discipline. Well, I think that right now I feel so confident, probably also because of the effects that I got, but also I feel confident in my discipline and my determination that I won't stop. So I think that doing another 100 dreams, another 200 dreams won't make me lose my motivation, even if I don't get more often lucid dreams. But if I keep having the same dream recall, so like 1 to 3 per day, and like 1 lucid dream per 20 written non-lucid ones, I think that's good enough to have myself to keep myself disciplined. So this video I think is way too long. Sorry for the break, and see you next week hopefully.